In this video, we will install Python, pip, pipenv, we will create a virtual environment, and we will install dependencies for the client-side application. Also, we will download and install Qt Designer. To install Python, you will need to go to python.org downloads and search for 3.8.3 Python version, as I'm using it for this project. Then you will need to scroll down and select your operating system. Since I'm using Mac, I will choose macOS 64-bit installer. Once it is downloaded, you will need to go through the installation setup. It should take a couple of seconds to install. Here we can see that the Python 3.8 was installed. We can close the window and wait for the installer to finish. Here it's finished and we can press close. Once the Python is installed, we will need to install pip. Pip is a package management system that we will use to install various packages for this project. With pip, we can install a package by typing pip install and package name. To download pip, we will need to execute this command. Copy it and paste it within the terminal. Once it's done, copy the second command, paste it within the terminal and press enter. It should take a couple of seconds to install, and here you can see that it was successfully installed. After pip, we'll need to install pipenv. We will use pipenv to create a virtual environment. Virtual environments will help us to separate dependencies of different projects. Since we have installed pip, the installation of pipenv is quite easy. You will need to type pip install pipenv within the terminal and press enter. It should take a couple of seconds to install. Here we can see that it was successfully installed. Once pipenv is installed, we can create an environment. I have already created dev client-side folders where I'm going to create the virtual environment. It does not matter how you name your folders, but I would advise to follow along. You will need to go to the folder with the terminal. Once you are within the folder, you will need to type pipenv install Python 3.8. This command will create an environment with specified Python version. If you go to the folder, you should see two files, pipfile and pipfile-log. These files are required for the environment to work. To start the environment, you will need to type pipenv shell. And here we can see that the environment has started. Now we will install project's dependencies. To install dependencies, you will need to type pipenv install requests numpy pqt5 opencv-python-headless. This command will install these dependencies within the virtual environment. Once you type it, you will need to press enter. We can see that dependencies are installing and it may take some time. We can see that the dependencies were successfully installed and logged within the PIP file. If you open the PIP file with text editor, you should be able to see installed packages. Also, the Python version. Finally, we will need to install Qt Designer. We will use the Qt Designer to create the graphical user interface for the client-side application. The designer allows us to simply drag and drop elements, and it will make our life much easier. To download it, select your operating system. It may take some time to download depending on your internet speed. Once downloaded, press the installer and install the program. If you are on macOS and you get this error, you will need to go to the security settings and unblock the program. Once unblocked, the program should open. We have successfully installed all the requirements for the client-side application, and in the next video, we will start to create the user interface.